everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, we have our first look at what appear to be the Paragon crystals. In this video, I'm going to spin out 10. Hopefully it's only 10. We might do 11 because I actually do like Dani. And I'm going to give my analysis of her. I have tested her pretty good, I actually think, enough to be able to know if I want her in my count, give a little advice on this. But the first thing I do want to point out is the drop rates are very low. Am I advising you to do this? No, in any way, shape, or form. The only way you do this, remember, folks, is if you just feel like the experience will be fun. That is what you're paying for. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. And we will talk about Dani Moonstar here. Now, in general, do I think she's a good addition to the contest? If you see me pull her as a 6-star, I will be genuinely excited. Yes, of course, I do want the 7-star. But for the next, I don't know how long, right? This is going to be completely up to Kabam because we don't know exactly how they're going to move the metas along, the challenges we'll be facing, that sort of thing. But I actually think the 6-star may be superior for someone like me who's going to want to use, oh, that 7-star coming along. The reel is nice. I like that. I like to be teased in that way, okay? But her signature ability is actually very helpful, right? That's what's going to allow you to take a lot of these champions with these kind of like, let's call them just in general, cheat death mechanics. Now, here's something I want to point out immediately, and this happened to me in testing her literally last night. I finally decided, because I was testing her in a variety of ways, and I finally decided to just do a simple duel against Nick Fury, because I think that's one of the very exciting things about her. That's one of the reasons why I want her. And like I said, I would love that 6-star. I would love the 6-star on my account, just because I'd be able to awaken her, take her to the high sig. It's not just that marked for death that allows her to cancel out Nick Fury's second life. I think this is important to get across. Is she also needs those neuro shocks, I believe it is called, up. And then when he tries to go to a second life, they get turned into passives. Now, I believe it's like her signature ability has those go from like a 20% chance at just Sig 1 up to a 100% chance with Sig 200. And so what's actually canceling Fury's second life, preventing him from healing up per se, because it doesn't just cancel it out. That was getting airwalker there. Is it stops that, and then the healing gets stopped by the conversion of those actives into passives. It's very similar, I've realized, to how Toad can handle Nick Fury too. The beauty of Dani, when she's at that high sig, is that it's a 100% chance for that to happen, where with Toad, you're still relying on some RNG. You're wanting to make sure you have enough actives up. It's the like build up to that moment, and then you still need some good things to happen. I would significantly prefer Dani. Man, I'm really I guess I got 4-star Adam Warlock. I would definitely significantly prefer Dani for that use. Here's the other really interesting thing I found about her is her playstyle is unique. It was not super intuitive to me in the beginning. It took me playing her a while, but then I did really start to get it right. I talked to BMcG and others, and one of the things they were talking about was even shortening your combos, because you know, it's when she gets to that combo of 10 that she gets that passive that you can then utilize to cause the falter. You do want to let the defender miss a few times, but you also want to be hitting them. And so just kind of working that through to make sure you have enough of these potential falters for you to take advantage of, getting that SP1 to go into SP2. Here's the interesting thing for me was it all within reason, of course, right? It felt like between like 150, 160,000 health pool up to much higher numbers, because that SP2, when you line everything up, it does significant damage. But it almost didn't matter if it was like 150 or like 275. She was defeating them in that same time window, in that same kind of process. Oh, Spider-Man, that's cool. And so that was unique too, right? And I found like that would probably be very beneficial for Battlegrounds. Now, obviously, I'm not able to test like against a Rintra or a Doom or something like that in Battlegrounds, these sorts of defenders, because I just don't have that capability. But I'd be really interested in that. I'd be very excited to see that. I do think the 6-star could handle a lot of that, right, given the ranks and things like that. So I like her. Now, of course, she has the utility of the slow off of the SP1, and then I think it's when her neuro shocks are up, she counters miss. I think on paper that sounds great, and I'm very excited about that. I was struggling to find matchups though. Oh, that 6-star, I was hoping for one more roll. Like I said, I'd be very excited to get that 6-star. I was having trouble finding matchups in the game as far as like the maps or things like that, Act 6, Act 7, Act 8, and that sort of thing, where I could try to fully utilize that and also see how much it interfered with her ramp. I do feel like she's a little rigid. And what I mean by that is I felt like sometimes if I didn't get my SP1 off in the right scenario and I hadn't been counting my combos enough, or maybe I made a mistake and got hit, it really threw everything off. It wasn't like one of the things they've talked about with future Ant-Man is if things go a little askew, you can still kind of catch up. You're fine. You just got to handle it. With Dani, at least right now, my current thoughts are I needed to almost start over. And so what was that 40 to 60 second kill in Battlegrounds or something like that? Ooh, Misty Knight would be cool. I would love the Dani though. Can we get the Dani? That it kind of was like, it was done. It was over. I needed to set it all up again because you want that. I think it's the energy vulnerability or something like that off of the SP1, and that's going to enhance the SP2. They work in tandem very well together. I don't feel like she's meant for the long, like Everest content, right? This isn't like a Shuri or something like that that's meant for, you know, whatever we're going to get thrown at us as far as a new Abyss and things like that of that nature. Prestige is obviously extremely high, so if that's important to you. 7 stars are starting to influence prestige a little bit though, so be careful with that. You know, if you're shooting for AQ 1, 2, or 3, you know what you're doing as far as prestige is concerned. I'm not worried about you going the wrong path, but for the rest of us, just keep that in mind. I'm excited about, I don't think I'm gonna have the time to grind her out of the 6-star arena, so I wouldn't be going for it. But again, like I said, if I was to pull her in this crystal or the next one, of course I do want the 7-star, but for my purposes, for let's call it the next 12 months maybe, the 6-star is probably superior in that I just don't see a lot of opportunities to awaken the 7-star and then also put 6 stones into her. And I do think that's a lot of what you're going to want for those Battlegrounds, canceling out Furies, Hercules, and those sorts of things. So please try again later. Okay. All right, that was unusual, but whatever. I got kicked out of the game, and then now I'm back. So I do like her. I do want her. We'll go for one more of these. And then let me know how you like this video. If you think this was a good concept. I do want the boost. And then I saw the 7-stars shards added into the bundle. That was enough for me to be like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I enjoy doing this anyway. And I use those boosts for war and that sort of thing. And I feel like it's a nice way to kind of get a synopsis review of the champion out, my thoughts on them, where I'm thinking they are now. Let me know what you thought of that. And then also, did you pull her yourself? I hope some of you did. I think she is going to be very useful in Battlegrounds. I'm a little concerned about her resiliency in different metas and things like that. And then the rigidity. And I do think you need to enjoy her playstyle. I think those are some qualifications, but I do think she's a well-made champion and great to have in the contest. And she's someone I really do want. Some of my own personal reasons, like the whole indigenous aspect and things like that, is something I'm very, very motivated to like and I want. So you might see me go for a few Paragons or whatever these are called. I don't even know. When they come live. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. We won't go too crazy regardless. Or she might be someone I'm just very excited about when she comes to the Titan Crystal and those sorts of things. But it would be cool if we just pull her here and we don't have to even worry about it. But make sure you let me know if you got her and what your thoughts are on this style video and on Dani in general. We see a lot of cool purple coming around, a lot of cool blue. There goes the 5-star. I don't need that. And 6-star Captain Marvel. Not what I wanted. Again, as we start off this video, the crystals themselves, terrible idea. Terrible idea for advancing your account. Terrible idea in general, unless you just think it would be fun. I, on the other hand, have a YouTube channel. I'm doing this to get some information out on Dani and hopefully entertain. So make sure you always keep that in mind. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Have a good one out there. Take care.